What up, Earthlings? Zube here. I'm going to be doing a pick a card reading. I did one yesterday for an hour and it was not recorded. It had no sound. So anyway, I just did a testies, and this one seems to be working. So I'm going to put up the image for you guys to intuitively select your pile. Oh yeah, Mercury is in retrograde. If you're interested in a personal reading, reach out. My information is below. All right, pile one. Let's get to picking your cards. This is a general reading, so not everything may apply because it is for multiple people, but take what does resonate and leave the rest. If you are interested in a personal reading, my information is down below. This reading is timeless, so whenever you stumble upon it, it's a message for then. Hmm. All right. So here we have, I got two cards for internal. We got the Five of Wands and the Three of Cups. So what's really interesting about this is that the Three of Cups is about friendship and connection, particularly female friends. But it's the network of generally supportive people that we have around us. But it's coming out with the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands is competition, conflict, disagreements. It can be friendly competition, but a lot of times that's colored by an undercurrent of maybe like envy or jealousy or something like that. I'm just going to say two. This is sometimes because the cups are emotional connections and relationships. Sometimes the Three of Cups is what we call third party interference, like in a relationship or something like that, having someone have an affair or even just a friendship outside of the relationship that's causing conflict in the relationship. So that's what we have going on internally. This would be what you are ruminating on or feeling inside. Now on the external, we have the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords can be kind of a dick. He's not exactly my favorite card, and I try not to hold grudges against cards or whatever. Really, in the higher aspects, he means fast movement, going after what you want, taking action, quick thinking, etc. On the downside, it can be moving too hastily, and the swords are mentality, communication, words. So it can be somebody who speaks harsh words. Now, in this reading, because it is general, because this is the external card, it is from you outward. So it could be how you are acting. Maybe you have this stuff internally that you're feeling conflicted about and contemplating. So on the outside, you are acting out, okay, and kind of just, maybe purportedly rightfully so, but maybe you're just being a jerk, you know, or maybe you moved quickly into something like a friendship or an affair or something like that without thinking, you know. Um, or it could be the energy of someone moving towards you. Someone might be acting harshly towards you, so, or moving in quickly. Now, on the overarching theme of the reading, I'm going to pull a clarifier on this. We have the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is passion, right? Creativity. It's also action, more in like the movement sense. The swords are action, as in like communication, like getting mental activities done, you know, movement as far as thought and stuff like that, where we're going to go. The Ace of Wands is like the wands are our heart, what lights us up. So it's like maybe I got a new flame came in, you know, maybe, yeah, there is something new that really has you inspirited, and there's this conflicted energy because, or maybe there are friends who aren't exactly supportive of what you are um thinking of doing. Let me pull a clarifier for that Ace of Wands. The Nine of Pentacles. So the Nine of Pentacles is about self-care, self-worth, feeling our own value. So there's this new beginning you want to move towards that feels good, but there's not exactly supportive energy around it, whether it be from friends um, or maybe there is another person who has kind of moved into your sphere if you are in a relationship that is unhappy. Someone new has come along and you're like, well, this feels more worthy to me, right? I cast no judgment. I'm just reading the cards. So anyway, but the Knight of Swords this is kind of a warning. I'm going to pull some other cards now, kind of a warning not to act too hastily. You know, he can be thoughtless sometimes. I want to do one of these. They are yoga cards. So I will have to look in the book because I do not know yoga. I just thought the cards were really pretty. Okay. Oh boy. Kapalabhati Pranayama. I do not know if I said that right. Skull Shining Breath. You guys check out this card. Crazy. All right, so let's see what it means. It's number 23. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that I always set an intention for you to get also personal messages from your own guides. So if numbers or any of the images mean anything to you, but I don't mention anything about them, that is significant. So imagine your skull getting a good cleaning until it shines. This advanced breath work is used for renewed energy and mental clarity. Inhale passively and exhale forcefully. As with all pranayama, come back to your natural breath if you feel lightheaded. So, reflections. What are you holding on to? See the light shining bright inside of you. Release what doesn't serve you on each exhale. Affirmation. My fire inside burns bright and clear. Hold on one sec. Apologies. My boyfriend got home. I don't know if you heard him yelling baby cakes and gave me a croissant, which I just ate. So anyway, but that worked out because I was kind of thinking about this. And I read here the Yoga Sutra. By purification, the body's protective impulses are awakened, as well as disinclination for detrimental contact with others. So it's like on the one, and I love that it's a freaking skull. So there's kind of this element of, really just and there's a light burning inside of it, of really getting back to you. And we've got the self-care card. We've got the new, no, I have the hiccups. We have the new beginnings card. And this stuff might be messy. That's what I'm getting from me being interrupted and all this stuff. It may not be a smooth process, but you need to bring the focus back to you. And maybe you'll meet resistance to that. You know what I mean? Like people who make comments or like snide comments or whatever. Let me see. Do this one. Talisman. Talisman is like the hermit card. It's similar to the hermit card in the tarot, but see how she's carrying a light. It's symbolic of finding the light within you, and then using that. The talisman is a leader to lead others toward, it's number 49, towards finding their own inner light. Sometimes as well, the Three of Cups does make me think of the Holy Trinity. So you could be feeling conflicted about some sort of emotional or spiritual experience that you're having. You may be getting criticism because of it, is possible too. But really, it all has to come back to you. You don't need to be around negative energy. You've got this wand and this self-care, self-worth, self-value, and the talisman. You're moving towards something that in the learning of it, you will be able to utilize that to help other people learn about themselves. When you have the ability to access direct information, you no longer have to rely on external sources, and therefore you are functioning from spirit. That's a white. These are Archangel Michael chakra cards. So it's the crown chakra. And this is about having a direct connection to source, God, the universe, whatever you call it, and not relying on other people. So whether there's a third part, maybe this can be gossip. Maybe people are gossiping about you. You've got this good stuff going on and people are trying to throw shade, criticism, something like that. But this connection that you have going on, or this new beginning that you're feeling, is legit. And it could just be that people are envious or don't understand it, or that you've just grown beyond them. I'm actually going to bust out another Archangel card. Then we'll do some spiritual advice. Archangel Faith. Huh. With faith, you are invincible. Believe in yourself. Holy shit. I always love getting feedback, but you know, if you get this reading and you feel like sharing and it resonated, please do. But yeah, whatever it is that you're thinking of doing that you're not exactly getting support for, there will be support, right? Sometimes the universe wants to see us venture out on our own and show faith before others are brought in, because it's all about us and it's all about knowing our own value and our own worth and the light that we bring into the world and finding that. That's basically what that talisman card is. So we're going to do spiritual advice. Five of Swords. Okay, so the Five of Swords, he is looking back, contemplating if he should go back to the situation he just left, right? But he's presumably won, or at least gotten out of this conflict unscathed, and it's time to proceed forward, you know? So spiritual advice is you may be reconsidering what it is, and I'm going to pull another one. You may be reconsidering what it is and maybe going back to a situation that no longer serves you, but don't. It's time to move forward. The Eight of Swords. This is like victimhood mentality. This is feeling stuck. The story of the card is that she's only loosely bound. If she wriggled free from the ropes and took the blindfold off, she would find that she's not fully surrounded by swords, that she could easily escape. But the swords are our thoughts. And so don't get stuck in your head. Really try to feel things through your heart. When you start thinking about whatever idea or situation or creative inspiration that you have, and you start to get heady about it, and that voice, you know, starts spouting off, take a deep breath, like down into your belly, right? And try to refocus on your heart. What do you feel? Not what do you think, but what do you feel? Yeah, there's a lot of warning about getting stuck in your head with this one. We're going to do another spiritual advice. The Empress. God, the Empress. This is number 3. She is birthing something. She's the mother archetype of the tarot. So you are about to creatively birth something, right? But you're going to have to get out of your head and get out of your own way, is what I just got, in order for that to happen. Let go of fear, leave situations behind that are not serving you. Intuitions that you are getting are correct. You do have a connection. Maybe you are evolving or growing and spiritually or emotionally in a certain way. And some people don't like that. And it's not judgment on them. It's just that you don't match anymore. You know what I mean? Anyway, wow. Well, pile one. Have faith in yourself. Take care. And thanks for stopping by. Feel free to share. Peace. Namaste. What up, pile 2? Zube here. This is a general reading, so not everything may resonate. Take what does and leave the rest. I do set an intention for my guides to reach out to your guides to get meanings that are hold on, to get messages that are directly for you. So if you see a number or an animal or something come up that I don't mention, that is significant. If you're interested in a personal reading, my information is down below. All righty, we're going to start with tarot. Okay. So on the internal, we have the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups, this is how you would feel on the inside. The Ace of Cups is the beginning of an overwhelming, my boyfriend is up there. This is the second reading, he's interrupted. Okay, the Ace of Cups is the beginning of like overflowing of love or connection or feeling emotionally fulfilled, right? So maybe you've started a new relationship or a new project or something that is really meaningful to you. That's on the internal. The external is the energy that's around you. It could be how you are presenting to the world or what is coming towards you, or what is just out there. And so we have the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is a lot of activity, a lot of communication, a lot of messages going back and forth. It's about things being up in the air and nothing is yet set in stone, right? So if you have this new beginning, it's kind of a too soon to tell sort of energy. If you're wondering about the success of a project or something like that. And that would kind of make sense because the overarching theme of the reading is the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is about fast action, fast movement, quick thinking. So you might be in like go, 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 fast thinking mode. And what's going on, what's going to happen, what's going to go on with this. And it's just too soon to tell. You know, everything is up in the air. Nothing is yet landed. It's funny because the first pile got the Knight of Swords in a different position. And I caught a little bit more of a negative read from that. From this one, I feel like it's you and you are just acting very quickly, or, you know, the swords are thoughts, thinking very quickly, wanting to know answers. And there's just nothing is for sure yet. I'm going to clarify the Ace of Cups. So the Ace of Cups. I have the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles is kind of cool. This could have to do with work, right? And so the cups don't have to be a relationship. I mean, they can be. Maybe you're having a work relationship. But it's something that is emotionally fulfilling. The Three of Pentacles I call the coworker card. So, and it can be friendships and stuff too, but it's basically about connecting and sharing information for like a combined vision or project or something like that. It's also, there's an owl on here. There's also, is that an eagle? Anyway, there's also an element of listening to and learning from others who we may perceive as being below us, like in work, you know, it's a boss listening to an employee. Or if you are an employee, it's about having the confidence to pitch an idea to your boss, you know. But there's this element of like, hey, we all have something to contribute here, you know, and let's work together to create something. Let's see what I'm gonna do. I have all my decks out on my desk. It's a big mess. And that's how I like it. Yeah, I have like anxiety with this reading. It's kind of funny because I don't really have anxiety personally. Yeah. Chaos and conflict. I feel like that's internal. It's number 33. I feel like that's internal. Like maybe you're trying to speak too quickly, or, you know, speaking before things have landed yet, you know, or are you over promising and under delivering because you're so overwhelmed by this, right? But there is this element of working with others. And I'm going to pull another one. It feels more exciting as far as chaos and conflict goes. A leg up. Yeah. Look to your peers, look to a friend, look to your coworkers to maybe help keep you grounded at this time. A leg up is about getting a helping hand from someone. So if you're kind of like trying to jump the gun or act too quickly or act out of turn, or you're just overexcited about something and that's causing a little bit of chaos. Again, I don't get it that it's like really horrific chaos. Um, it's just more excitement and anxiety. Definitely look to other people and reach out to other people to help ground you. I want to do one of these. Yeah, that night, I just keep getting full speed ahead. Maybe we need to slow down a little bit. I hold purity in high esteem. Tell you why I like that so much. This is a very balanced image. Okay. I hold purity in high esteem. Taking your time will get things done properly, right? Um, so think before you speak, right? Act before you speak. I'm getting that as well. Make sure that things are done that you're talking about. Don't get ahead of yourself, because you might kind of end up tripping all over. Let's see. But purity, you want there to be like cleanliness, like in what you do. You don't want to do a sloppy job just because you're excited about something and rush ahead without making sure that everything is purely done, right? Especially if this is such an emotionally important thing to you, which with the Ace of Cups, it would kind of indicate. Repose. Yeah. Number 17, pause, respite, time out. I just got chill the fuck out. Chill out. Yeah. And take a deep breath. These guys. Then I'll pull some spiritual advice for you. Clarity. Yes. You got purity, clarity, repose, slow down. These are silly cards. Clarity. Stopping to listen to my inner self can easily separate my intuition, which is that cup right there. That's intuition as well. My intuition from my mental chatter. The clarity of my intuition is a sweet, simple fruit that tastes familiar. And the mental chatter is a confusing, bitter rind that I shall peel off and chuck into the garbage or compost heap if your mental chatter happens to be organic. Yeah, clarity, repose, put yourself in a little bit of a timeout, okay? Hang out with your friends. This 3 of Pentacles. So let's do a spiritual advice. Yeah. The 7 of Pentacles. So the Pentacles, again, we have this earth energy. I don't know why I'm feeling like this is some sort of work project or something like that, but the 7, it could be a relationship also. But the 7 of Pentacles is about investing, okay? And then it's that time when we're waiting for our investment to grow. And we start to wonder, like, and it can even be manifesting, but we start to wonder, like, did I do the right thing? You know, I've invested this, and so now I have this over here, whether it's an emotional investment or financial or energetic or whatever. But it's don't quit before the miracle happens, right? Like you might be frustrated and wanting to kind of walk away. That can be that Knight of Swords too. He comes quickly and leaves quickly. You might be like, forget it, it's just not going to work or whatever. I'm getting a lot of mental, like a lot of mental talk with this one, like, you know, and like I said, the feeling of the reading is anxious and excitable. So this is a time to chill out and wait for whatever it is that you've been working on or investing in emotionally that you're really excited about. Give it some time to evolve. I'm gonna do one more. Yeah, Ten of Swords. Kill your thoughts. That's what I got. The Ten of Swords is overthinking. You know, it's heartbroken. This can be a really fucking heavy card, but it's coming out for your spiritual advice. It's like, don't overthink it. You know, you're just going to overwhelm yourself, bring yourself down, you know, talk yourself into like almost failure or being convinced that failure is inevitable or whatever. If you overthink it, you guys really need to ground. Go get some tourmaline or something, burn some sage, take a chill pill, and calm down. Anyway, have a great day on Earth. I love hearing feedback if you feel like sharing it. Peace. Namaste. Greetings, pile 3. So this is your pick a card reading. Um, it is a general reading, so not everything might resonate. Take what does and leave the rest. I do set an intention for my guides to reach out to your guides to get symbols or numbers or messages that are particularly meaningful to you. So if you see an image or something like that in the reading and it means something to you and I don't mention it, that's still significant. So we're going to get some tarot. All right. We had the High Priestess jump out. It's on the internal. The Magician on the external. Holy shit. The Hierophant on the overarching. So you have, this is the High Priestess is the goddess, okay? That's seeking inner wisdom, right? The divine feminine. And that's your internal card. And then on the external, you have the Magician. So the Magician is number 1. He's the alchemist. He creates his own reality. That's on the external. So there's something that you are manifesting. All 3 of these are major arcana that we've got, which are made more, you know, bigger deals than just the other suit cards. And then the Hierophant is it's the divine masculine. So it's kind of seeking outer wisdom, you know. It's the card of the god. So there's the god and the goddess both in your first 3 cards. Okay. So there's the overarching theme is the Hierophant. Okay. The Hierophant is about seeking wisdom outside. And the high priestess is on your internal. She is about seeking wisdom inside. And this is usually spiritual wisdom. But, to take that however it might apply to your life. But it's almost like there's something that you are intuiting, that you are feeling from deep inside, that you are manifesting, and you're kind of looking to the external to learn about what it is that you are creating out in the world. I'm going to clarify the magician. What's the magician about? Okay, so we got the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords is that's about heartbreak. And then we got Judgment. Okay. Heartbreak and judgment kind of feel, and with what's going on here where we're internal, you could be deeply contemplating your part in the ending of a relationship, right? Like judgment is about shining light on a situation. And the Three of Swords is heartbreak. Okay. Because the Hierophant came out, this could be a marriage. It's called the Pope card. So sometimes it can symbolize religious ceremonies. A lot of times with the major arcanas, the topics are a lot broader. So when I'm doing a general reading and I'm not getting supporting like detail cards from the minor arcana, it's a much broader subject area. But it's like contemplating your part in some sort of heartbreaking situation. And it would seem that you are turning to uh, looking at it with a spiritual eye or a religious eye or whatever. But accountability just came up for me. The magician is knowing that we do create what situations we walk through, to the degree that what is on the inside matches what is on the outside. And we can always find what it is that we know is there, that if we're looking to find it, you know what I mean? I was talking to somebody the other day, and we were like, you can go and visit a place and be like a happy person is going to be like that place is really cool, even if they've heard bad things about it. It was because I'm from Jersey, so we were talking about stuff like that. And but like somebody who's unhappy can find a-holes, like, I don't know, in a place that has a good reputation. It just kind of all depends on, you'll find what you're looking for. And it's almost like that's something that you're figuring out. But accountability came up big for me. So I don't know if you're shining light on maybe even like having your heart broken is what it seems like. But how did I get here is kind of what's coming up for me. Yeah, identity. Number 24, we have a rabbit in there. Recognition, self-awareness, examine. Holy shit. Yeah. There's like this level of awareness that you're bringing to a situation to shed a little light on it. How did it happen? How did we get here? I'm gonna do moonology. But with this high priestess, you are feeling your way through this situation. The reading doesn't feel extra heavy or anything like that. It's almost more contemplative. It's almost like, okay, so how am I going to move about the world now? Let me go through, tally up all of the things that I know now about me, so that I know how to proceed forward and move about. So your dreams need a practical plan, and your commitment is being tested. That's a full moon in Taurus. And a first quarter moon. You're being practical. That's kind of what I'm getting from this. You know, you're going within, you're looking at yourself. But again, I was saying, how am I going to move about the world now? Knowing what I know. Maybe it wasn't even a relationship. Maybe you were trying to manifest something or create something. That's the magician as well. And it didn't work out. And so you're kind of crushed about it, right? Your commitment to yourself, whether it's, will I ever be in a relationship again, or well, that manifestation didn't work. Are you just going to give up and stop doing it? You know, no, you just need a practical plan. The first quarter moon is if you go by the lunar calendar, which I try to do, where at the new moon you set an intention. At the first quarter moon, you might hit some blocks or obstacles, but it's your commitment being tested, right? And then at the full moon, you let go of what's not working, and all of that. But the first quarter moon is just like, it's like are you really committed to what it is that you're trying to move towards? Let's see. Okay, let's do an archangel card. Archangel Bakpi. It is time to fly. Listen to your intuition. So the high priestess here, that's intuition. Like, what is your intuition telling you? You know, is there somewhere that you want to go, but are you letting shine some light on whatever it is? This could also, maybe it's trauma from the past. Is there trauma from the past that is blocking you from what it is you're trying to manifest or create? It's all about self-awareness and searching for your part in what it is that is blocking you. Let me pull out some of these. So we got change, know when to move to a new shell, especially if yours no longer fits, and recharge. There's nothing like a walk on the beach to soothe your soul. It's time to fly. And in order to fly, you have to move past something. That's really what I'm getting with this. It's just not giving me specifics because they're all like major arcana cards, but there's a change that needs to be made. This is your dream needs a practical plan. So know when to move to a new shell, especially if yours no longer fits. Recharge. It's not time to give up. Your commitment is being tested. Recharge. It might just be time to take a nap. You know what I mean? A 2-hour nap. Or stop and reflect, like, okay, am I repeating an old pattern that I need to get out of? Do I need to step back and see something that I'm not seeing? You know, it's not about giving up though. It is about reassessing, reevaluating, making sure that you're in alignment, you know, and that you are quiet enough to feel and hear your intuition. Yeah. Resilience. Rise above tribulations. So you got fly, you got rise above tribulations. There's a staircase in there. Change, you're moving up. There's even like it's like a reindeer with like peacock and weird shit and wings on there. And you have a full moon as well. Staircase. Yeah, I'm going to pull out some spiritual advice for you guys. But it's time to proceed forward, but that's not going to happen until you shed some light on trauma from the past or something like that, or letting go an aspect of your shadow. The staircase is kind of spiral, and that just inspired to me, like when you're going up and up and up a staircase, sometimes working with our shadow or working with repeated behavioral patterns that we have is like that. And it can be frustrating, like, oh, I'm doing this again, but you're not doing it again. You're learning it deeper. You know what I mean? Like maybe you caught it a little bit quicker, or you're even more aware of it, the pattern that you have going on. So let's do spiritual advice. The Six of Swords. Yes, that is about leaving behind painful situations. There's something that you definitely need to move past. No, no, no. Fool. This is new beginnings. That is faith, trust, naivety in the higher aspects. You know what I mean? It can be making a fool of yourself, but in this, I'm getting, look, it's like you move past these painful things, the Six of Swords, and then you can light and free begin again in a more foolish and fun way. You know, the Fool is a really fun card. And then with the Fool, we got the Six of Cups. So I don't know if you're into manifesting or what. Ready? We got the Six of Swords, okay? And that's kind of a melancholic, like leaving the past behind. The Six of Cups is about, it's a six and a six. It's about remembering the past, right? And reflecting on connections that we've had and things that we've learned. And it's about feeling nostalgic. So maybe you're even alchemizing or transmuting painful, traumatic situations from the past, but there's definitely something spiritual going on here. The overwhelming color in this reading is purple, and purple is the third eye chakra. We've got these three or what are jumping out at me, but even just the general hue, when I look down, it's kind of like purple. Anyway, that was really interesting. I love getting feedback. So if you feel like sharing it, feel free to comment below. Anyway, good luck on your journey. Peace. Namaste. Greetings, pile 4. Zube here. This is a general reading. So if it doesn't all resonate, that's okay. Take what does and leave the rest. I set an intention for my guides to reach out to your guides to get personal messages that might be meaningful to you. And if I don't mention them, that's still symbolic. So start with some tarot. All right. So on the internal, we have the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is nostalgia for the past. It can, and the internal card is what you are feeling or thinking about or ruminating on the inside, right? So it's about nostalgia, connection to people that we knew in the past. It can be about children even. So if you have children and you're thinking about them, or your relationship to children, but it's this innocent connection that we feel with other people. It's an image of two little kids holding hands, right? So it's like love that doesn't get all fucked up by, like, you know, sex and all that stuff. It's about the innocent, which we can have in relationships, even with sexual partners that we have, but it's about that part of love that's pure and childlike, right? And so that's why it's reminiscent oftentimes of our youth. Now, the the Three of Wands is the external card. So while you're feeling this nostalgia and this remembrance of the past or connection to people of the past on the inside, on the external, it's almost as though this card, the Three of Wands, is about growth. Okay. The wands are fire. So that's the spiritual journey, creativity, passion. This man has grown and he's evolved, and now he's waiting for ships to come in to bring him to a new land, right? And he's not even moving towards the ships, right? It's the journey of manifesting. So it's kind of realizing that what you want also wants you, right? So it's as though you're reflecting on the past, maybe even almost differently than you ever used to, where you're more compassionate towards it because you have gone through some sort of an evolution, whether it's spiritual or you've just grown beyond yourself. Now, the overarching theme of the reading is the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is about changed perspective. That's why he's upside down, because he wants to look at things another way. So I have a feeling that this might be like a new way of you looking at things almost. I want to clarify the Hanged Man. Yeah, the Ace of Cups. The cups that's emotions, our feelings, it's emotional fulfillment, and this is a new beginning. So this is a new way of feeling for you. The readings have been really similar today, but or that at least one leads to another, which is kind of interesting. But it's as though you're an alchemist, or you're kind of transmuting maybe memories from the past or something like that. I'm going to pull some oracle cards. Nothing will come of this situation. I'm going to tell you what I immediately thought of when I got that. Maybe you were clinging to the past, and right now you are letting it go. Okay. There's something else I'm seeing emerge here. Look at, so we have the Six of Cups with a full moon, the Ace of Cups with a full moon. This deck does not have, no, okay, it doesn't. This deck doesn't have full moons in everyone, but then we've got the Hanged Man in full moon. Maybe this full moon solar eclipse was really important for you. That was on May 26th. This is a timeless reading, so I don't, if you're seeing it later, maybe there's been a full moon. They are about letting go. But nothing will come of this situation. There could be somebody from the past, a relationship or something like that. Sometimes this is like a childhood sweetheart or something like that. And the beginnings of new love. So it's saying nothing will come of this situation. Maybe you're having feels for somebody that you've really grown beyond. So there's like that's the interesting thing about general readings. That's another kind of message that I can get from it. You know what? I got a new deck and I want to pull from it. I need the book for that. It's like you are evolving out of a way of feeling, And maybe there's someone that you thought you were going to reconnect with. But that Ace of Cups is indicative of something brand new coming in, right? Ouroboros. I'm going to read the meaning in the deck. I mean, that's the snake eating its own tail. So that is about cycles and transformation. Let me look here. Where is it? Okay, here we go. 102. So the symbol of Ouroboros, which I don't know if I'm saying that right, is the snake devouring its own tail, representing infinity and totality. This sign is often referred to alternatively as Ophiuchus, the snake hunter, incorporated as the 13th zodiac, which I don't do, but whatever. It's still a really cool deck. Okay, Ouroboros is the spirit sign ruled by Chiron Jupiter and represents unity, magnetism, cleverness, spiritedness, and flamboyance. When Ouroboros appears, you are being asked to expand your horizons and explore the many facets of superconsciousness. Engage in an activity that nourishes the spirit. What new adventures await? Yeah, there's something new that you're supposed to try, and maybe you're holding on to the past. Yes, there is a new way of seeing things. And there might be connections that you need to let go of, right? And even if it's not anybody that has like a malicious, it doesn't have a malicious feeling about it. You're just growing out of situations. New adventures await you, you know? These. Ideal partnership. I am a rare and precious find, and my brilliance will be reflected back to me when I am paired with a true match. My ideal partnerships and working partnerships are easy and free flowing. I deserve greatness because I am greatness. And to paraphrase Rumi, what I'm looking for is also looking for me. In fact, he or she might be paraphrasing Rumi right now. I just fucking said that. Yeah, what you are looking for is also looking for you. Maybe you are considering, it is Mercury retrograde. Again, this is a timeless reading, but if you're watching it right around May 31st, which is today, you might be like thinking about an ex or wanting to get back with an ex or a childhood sweetheart or something like that. But there is an ideal partnership there. Did I show this to you? It's like silly wine and cheese. There is a brand new love that is coming in for you. That is what I'm getting. Let me do one of these. Goblins. Goblins is about our shadows. It's about the things that we are afraid of. Maybe you're afraid of not finding love. But it's the things that we are afraid of are within us. And if we embrace them, because really it's you that needs to love you. right? And so if you're afraid that somebody else is not going to love you, it's because you're afraid that you don't actually love you, right? And so that's a whole inner journey, and that's what this expansion card is coming out about. But yeah, this the goblins is about loving our shadow, so that the things that we're afraid of are not as scary anymore, you know, because we love ourselves. So if somebody else loves us, that's cool. I mean, it's really cool, I'm not going to lie, but um we want to make sure that we love ourselves as well. I'm gonna do one more of these, and then we'll do spiritual advice. Dragon Slayer. You might be coming into some shadow work, because that's what Dragon's Lair is as well. It's about going in and slaying the dragon, which is like the you know, like the shitty person in our head that talks to us and tells us fucked up things. You know what I mean? It's about really slaying things that you know we're terrified of. I mean, fiery dragons are scary, like, even though I want one. But you know, in this card, they're scary. It's a monster to be defeated or loved. Loved. That's, you know, that's what you got to do, is you got to go in and you have to love the darkest parts of you. So I mean, there is a love that's ready to come in. Don't cling to the past. That's what I'm getting from this. And it could, maybe you are even in a relationship that doesn't serve you. Oops. Eight of Swords. Yeah. Maybe you feel that this is feeling trapped. This is also victim mentality. So, you know, it's like the swords are our thoughts, and she's trapped in a circle of swords, which means that we feel stuck and like we have nowhere to go, but we're really talking ourselves into that position, because there is a maneuver, there is something, there's somewhere we can go. And this is also being stuck in our fears. I mean, you got Dragon's Lair and goblins. So it's kind of interesting how they all came out sort of hunky-dory on the surface, you know what I mean? Like thinking about the past and this expansion, but you might be, I really do feel like you're going to be changing your perspective. You're going to be moving into some like shadow work or something like that, which will bring you to a whole new level of love, you know. God, the universe, spirit, Tao, whatever, is always with you. But yeah, it's like this snake eating its own tail. That's another like reptile kind of image. But yeah, Eight of Swords. Don't convince yourself that you're stuck, because there is a move that you can make. High Priestess, you are divinely guided. You intuitively know that whatever the situation is, that is the one that's not working. And if it's not a relationship, maybe it's a job or something like that. The High Priestess, you know, the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is about, he is invested in this, right? God, this card came out for the last reading too. He's invested and he's waiting for the pentacles to grow. Generally, what this card means is like that period of frustration when we're waiting for things to manifest, or like if we've invested money and, you know, waiting for that invested money, we can't touch it. You know what I mean? We can't take it back because we'll lose. We got to wait for it to grow. But in this case, it's almost like maybe you've kind of invested a lot into something. And you almost feel like because of what you've invested that you're stuck in that, if it is a relationship or whatever. But this is that dragon's lair and goblins coming up. There's a darkness that you need to explore, your fears, if you are staying in something that doesn't serve you. So anyway, Pile 4, good luck with your journey. I am always interested in hearing feedback if you feel like sharing, and have a great day on Earth. Peace. Namaste.